Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Reality is where words do come to life. Look, here we are again, fighting inside of Cook County Jail again. And then you have to ask yourself the question, why is this a repetitive thing? Why? I saw um, a program, I search the internet a lot and check out social media and I listen to different conversation, different podcasts. And I was listening to this individual say that when they are released from prison, whether it's state or federal, they're released without any tools. They're released without even being prepared for the change that has transpired for the duration of time they was in there. So it's like taking a 3-year old and dumping them into a college class. They're going to be lost. They're not going to understand the lingo. They're going to be confused. They're going to be frustrated. They're going to be irritated and aggravated. And so, yet we have a system to house them, but we don't have a system in place to provide sustainability once they are released. We don't have a system in place when we say we give them 10, 15, 20 years or let them sit before they even go to trial for 3, 4, 5, 9 years and just sit there waiting on our dumbass state's attorney's office and those judges who need to have some pushback and some backbone. We sit and we wait. We have these commissioners that sit and make decisions about what goes on in these state prisons and county jails and federal prisons, but there is no programming. And then you want to say, you want to label us as being ignorant. You want to label us as being dumb. You want to label us as being thugs. You want to label us as being drug addicts and all this stuff. And you all are contributors. Yeah, I said it. You're contributors because when you house somebody and things evolve, technology evolve, everything evolves, and you don't have any programming inside those walls, what do you think they're going to do? They don't have nothing to do with themselves. A lot of them probably don't have family that care or maybe even can afford to care to send them stuff in there. So you know what they do? They're angry, they're frustrated, they're irritated. And when somebody is angry, frustrated, and they see somebody on their floor, in their unit, on their deck getting a lot of things, then they start questioning, well, why I can't get it? You all don't figure how to solve the problem. You don't. You don't figure out how to solve the problem. You okay with the problem being the way it is. And then you stand up here with these bold-faced ass lies. Like, we're doing the best. We understand their situation. We understand their conditions. You really don't. Because if you really understand what was going on inside those walls, there would have been changes 20, 30 years ago. And it still hasn't changed. And our race is the one that ends up with the short end of the stick. A lot of these individuals I've listened to sit on the Justice Advisory Council and been in Zoom meetings, and they're struggling with their verbiage. They're struggling to read. They're trying to get what they're saying out, and you understand what they're saying, but y'all didn't give them nothing. You didn't do nothing. So you felt like, okay, they was criminals. They did this and they did that. And yeah, we locked them up. We got them off the street. So what? So what? That was the easy part. It's easy to lock somebody up. What the hell are you going to do with them when you put them in there? What? You know who's accountable for this stupidity? The judges, the state's attorney's office, your governor, your president, your congressman, your senator. Hell, everybody's responsible. All of y'all responsible. I don't know why some of y'all became a judge. I don't even know why some of y'all are state's attorneys. I don't. I don't understand why some of you all are congressmen, senators. I don't know why you're governors and mayors, state representative, because you're not representing the people. You're representing yourself. Y'all don't give a damn about the people. Y'all write bills that's feasible to those who fill your pockets, pat you on your back, snickle in your face, and smooth up to you with their lips to the back of your butt. Them the one you're concerned about. But the people that you really need to be concerned about, you're not. The system is set up for us to fail. The system is set up for us to be locked up. And that's wrong. If nobody called it wrong, I'm calling it wrong. Nobody should have to fight this hard for their family's freedom at all. This right here is ridiculous. We are the only race that get excessive sentencing. We are the only race that get wrongful conviction. We are the only race that don't get no accountability from nobody, from nowhere. And we are the only race that's being dehumanized. And y'all think it's okay. You get on here, but you don't want nobody to cut up your character, question your integrity, your worth, your value. Kim Fox was just on the news last week feeling some type of way because the way the attorney that was represented the state and the judge, who was a fill-in judge, who was looking for some brownie points to make, a name for himself, where the name he made was a butthole name because you was stupid making a name for yourself at somebody else's expense. And maybe we should bypass the courts here and just go straight to the appellate court, because it seemed like in the appellate court, them the only judges that's got some sense. Because the rest of y'all judges across these United States ain't got none. Y'all just looking to make a name for yourself, or to build up your credentials and your percentage of how many people you locked up and how harsh you was for the sentencing. Well, hell, if your ass can do it for Jason Van Dyke, you can do it for Kyle Rittenhouse. You don't get no brownie point, because that clearly shows racial discrimination and racism. That's what it shows. And then y'all justify it. You justify it. Jason Van Dyke got secret sentencing. When you say secret, I already know what was up with that. Who's to say he went to jail? He's not listed in the IDOC files. So who's to say he went to jail? See, white is right, and black don't get nothing, even from our president. Nothing whatsoever. I saw a tweet on yesterday that him and Kamala Harris was acknowledging spring and all this stuff. But when Black History Month came around, not Kamala or Biden acknowledged Black History Month. Not one time. But when LGBTQ community was doing a pride parade, Kamala acknowledged that. But y'all didn't acknowledge no Black history. Let me give y'all a little history. Most of the stuff that's in this country was done by Black people. Don't be confused. We're not as dumb as you pretend that we are, and y'all know it, because half of y'all stuff y'all riding on come from us. And so you confine us to these prisons so we won't be able to expand. We won't be able to supersede. We won't be able to make you look a certain type of way. This is why you lock us up. This is why you break our families apart. I get it. But you know what I also get? God is no respecter of person. Why y'all playing Russian roulette with our people's life, our ethnic race life? God knows. And I'm telling you, he's waving his hand. And some of y'all is going to be in the midst of the hand wave when God wave it. For some of y'all who claim to be knowing God and to be a Christian. Mm-mm. The reasons you do what you do, how you do it, and why you do what you do, God knows. He knows the reasons. And you can't tell me that what we're dealing with in 2022 is fair. You can't tell me that what you're doing now is transparent. You can't tell me what you're doing is honest, when again, 90% of these prisons, local, state, or federal, is full of Black and brown. That's already mind blowing right there. And nobody see nothing wrong with the picture. And 50% of those individuals inside those walls are innocent. But yet and still, no judge would step up and do what's right. Well, there may be a small, minute few. but a minute few. You can't even trust your state's attorney's office. The public defenders, they're just going around because they want to get rid of their caseload and say plea bargain, plea bargain, plea bargain, plea bargain. So if you don't get this, I'm gonna get let's go in with this. And then people get tired of sitting there. They want to go home to their family again. And y'all trick them and trip them up and thinking that they're getting a good deal and you selling them out. All y'all selling them out. So Tony Prepwinkle, you have accountability. Mayor Lightfoot, you have accountability. Governor Pritzker, you have accountability, and you trying to run again. Kim Foxx, you definitely have accountability because your office is shady as hell. So the little stuff you doing is not going to make up for the stuff that you said you was going to do and you didn't do. And I'm gonna keep calling it out until we see some changes. Seriously. Tom Dart, Cook County Jail ain't no nice place. It's not what you said it is. There's chaos and confusion inside those walls. Ain't nothing changed. It's the same bull crap day in and day out. Those men and women are frustrated. And it's sad. They don't have microwaves on some floor. The food, from my understanding, Brandon Johnson and the rest of your commissioners, y'all hold accountability for the procurement of the food. Y'all don't taste test. That jail ATM still suck. It still suck. It's overcharged. It's overpriced. And nobody checked that out. So you're not only holding a loved one inside of them, you're not feeding them right, you're not treating them right. They're in there fighting. The facility is nasty. You are short staffed. You're overcharging for commissary. You overcharge for jail ATM. They have to buy everything. And then the family is trying to maintain on the outside at the same time send money to the inside. How does that work? And then the judges sit on the bench. Well, I would do this, I would do that, but no, I'm not. What kind of bull crap is that? What kind? Just like I said not too long ago, when the lady who worked for Internal Affairs niece got caught, but y'all didn't lock her up. She should have went to jail. She had possession and suspended license, but nobody sent her to jail. You know why? Because of the person to whom she knew. And then y'all covered up and then tried to reprimand the officers when y'all should look at how y'all do things and how it portrays for us to see it. Yeah. So that lets me know y'all do what y'all want to do, when you want to do, how you want. It's all about who you know. It's all about who you know. So if a family on one side is connected on the inside, then you have the potential to stall something. And that's what you said. You have the potential to get away with something. That's what you're saying, depending on who the person you know. It can be a judge, it can be a state's attorney, it can be anybody that has a little power and pull. They can make a couple of phone calls and say, look, I got such and such and such, but they coming through your court. This is what I want you to do. And y'all oblige. But when one of us stand before you, we the scum of the earth. We the guiltiest person that ever walked. And you don't know nothing about our background. You don't know nothing about our history. And we still can be first time offenders. And you still classify us as a threat to society. How does that work? Please explain to me. Chief Judge Timothy Evans, I know you probably buying your time for retirement. But you know what? I don't care how much time you buy. God is keeping great records of the time that you should have spoke up and you didn't, of the time you received a letter that was valid and you ignored it. You didn't talk to your judges. You didn't do none of that. Kim Foxx, you're going to be accountable too for your state's attorney office stalling the process. Governor Pritzker, you don't have no pushback. You're going to be accountable for writing bills with loopholes in it, just so you can pacify people and think it's okay. Mayor Lightfoot, maybe you're going to run again and maybe not. Your whole demeanor change. You start off one way and you end up being the biggest devil without horns that ever walked, snatching things from people and think it's okay, not caring about how people survive and how they live. This is ridiculous. Tony Pretwinkle, your name is outside Cook County Jail. What are you doing? Taxes high, this high. President Biden, you broke promises that you didn't keep. And you push for the black people's vote. And you haven't done nothing that you said you was going to do for those of color. Not at all. So because you got Kamala Harris on your side, does that make a token, make us feel better, warm and fuzzy, and make us look over what you promised to do and you didn't? No, it doesn't. It just shows your true colors. That's all. Y'all lie too damn much. You do. And you, in your lies, you justify why you lied. Everything else is important except for the things that need to be important. We spend all our time helping everybody else, and there's chaos and confusion right here on this soil. Things that need to be fixed, things that need to be corrected right here on this soil. But y'all got y'all damn nose somewhere else. And then we end up with the price tag for it. Look at the rates went up, interest rates. And people are still trying to get a job. People are still struggling to make ends meet. And the more we try to work 2 or 3 jobs, the more y'all hit our ass in the back of the head with something else we got to be worried about. Y'all some assholes. I'm just calling it what it is. You are. You're a bunch of liars. And people say, Renee, that's harsh. No, it's not harsh. It's true. You know when I say what I say, because you know you get tired. You get tired. If every elected official can stand in the seat that some of us sit in, oh, you would call yourself some buttholes too. Because y'all don't see it from the other side. You don't see it from the other side. And then you justify what you do. And then y'all laugh about it with some of your colleagues. Talking about, yeah, they came to jail. I showed them. But I'm so grateful. I am so grateful that God knows. He knows. Thank you, Jesus. He knows. hmm And reaping and sowing is real. I'm telling you, it's so real. And I bank on God every time. I bank on Him. When prayers go up, He hears them prayers. The cries of the people that the elected officials don't pay no attention to, but you need them votes, right? But you ignore them cries. That's what you do. You ignore them cries. Yeah, you do that. But I'm here to tell you, I'm coming with full force. I feel much better now. So I'm coming with full force. Beware. That's all I'm saying. Me and Jesus on the mission. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.